Hello, this is Andrew Thake from Mines and Money, and I'm delighted to say that today we're joined by Zeff Reeves of Tesoro Resources. Great to go and meet you, Zeff.
Thanks, Andrew, and thanks to Mines and Money for giving us the opportunity to have a chat today.
Well, I think first question, Zeff, can you just tell our listeners a little bit about Tesoro Resources?
Yeah, sure. Tesoro is a Chilean-focused gold company. We're developing our Zorro, which is Chile's newest gold discovery in the Atacama region of Chile. We've been listed on the ASX since February 2020, so around about 18 months. And in that time, we've drilled now over 70,000 metres of drilling into the main deposit at El Zorro called Ternera. And we've announced our maiden resource estimate of 660,000 ounces, and we're currently still drilling, expanding that resource and progressing the project through development. We can certainly see a real gold project on our hands, and it's ticking all the boxes to be pushed through development into production. And
can you tell us a little bit about your management team, perhaps starting with yourself? You're the managing director.
Yeah, I'm the managing director and co-founder of Tesoro. So myself and my fellow co-founders, Jeff McNamara, who's also a non-executive director, and Sergio Uribe founded the company in 2017, essentially with the focus on the coastal belt in Chile, looking for gold deposits in a slightly different geological, using a slightly different geological model. And we've come across our Zorro, and we were able to reach an agreement to acquire El Zorro back in 2017, and we did quite a bit of work on the project prior to being listed in 2020, including 16 diamond drill holes. But myself, I'm a geologist by background. I also have a MBA degree. I started off my career in underground mining and production here in Western Australia, as too did Jeff McNamara in nickel and gold mines predominantly. And Jeff and I met back around about 20 years ago in a deep underground gold mine here, where we were running the production called Bounty Gold Mine. We've remained friends ever since, and we saw an opportunity back in 2017, along with Sergio, to get our hands on this project, which formed the impetus, I suppose, to form Tesoro Resources.
In your previous answer, you talked about having a different geological model and a different sort of approach. Can you just sort of like explain more and a little bit about the technical expertise of your team?
Yeah, sure. So in Chile, you know, it's renowned as a copper producing country. It's the world's largest copper producer, and that's dominated by mainly two styles of deposit. They're copper porphyries and IOCG style deposits, and we are in a world-class IOCG belt. So around us are a number of high-grade and larger copper deposits with some gold in them that are predominantly IOCG or porphyry related. And associated with those porphyries are higher level in the geological system epithermal gold deposits. So they're really the three predominant ore deposit types in Chile. I'd spent a lot of time, roughly the last 10 or so years, working in Chile, and had seen some different geology up and down, particularly the coastal belt. And we thought that it may have prospectivity for another style called intrusive related gold systems, and they're analogous to some of the gold deposits up in North America in the Tintina province, so such as Pogo, Fort Knox, Dublin Gulch, and so on. So they're hosted in intrusive rocks. Those intrusive rocks have actually introduced the gold into the system. They're not directly porphyry related, and there's very low base metals in them, or no base metals, and our Zorro certainly has all those traits. So we identified this tract of ground back in 2017, did some work on figuring out who owned it, and work with them to be able to enter into an agreement to acquire the project. And in terms of running our business on a day-to-day basis, and really one of the key people that's really broken the back in terms of the technical understanding and looking for these style of gold deposits in Chile is our exploration manager. He's actually a Peruvian chap by the name of Ruben Cajuana. He's also been with us since 2007, and he's really driven that exploration effort and I suppose the real technical brains behind the geology that manages all of our other geologists. And to his credit, we've now drilled, we have assays for around about 190 odd holes in this deposit, and I think he's missed once. So he's got a very good hit rate at the moment. So every single hole's had arguably a mineable width of gold mineralisation, and he's certainly been able to, with the help of a few others, refine that mineralising model and produce very good success.
What's the infrastructure there like?
Yeah, so again, Tesoro was formed looking along the coastal belt, and it's another reason why we looked at the coastal belt, because of superb supporting infrastructure. So this project's only 15 kilometres inland from the ocean and 15 kilometres inland from the Pan American Highway. It's at low altitude, so the bottom of Tenera is around about 500 metres above sea level, and it goes up to around about 1,200 metres above sea level at the top of the highest point of the project. But there's power lines within 20 kilometres of us that have capacity, more than enough capacity to service a gold mine. We're looking at using seawater for processing, so we're currently doing some metallurgical test work utilising seawater, which is a common thing to do in Chile where it's easy to have access. We have the port city of Caldera, is only around about a 45-minute drive away, and that's where our team's based. So they all stay at Caldera, and we have our field offices there. And Copiapó is the regional centre. So that's a very large mining-based city of around 150,000 people. So all those major operating mining companies in the region, such as Kinross, Lundin, Goldfields and so on, all have offices there. There's mining contractors there, drilling contractors, assay labs and so on. So all that supporting infrastructure really provides a lot of optionality about how we execute certain parts of the project, right from which assay labs we get to use, because the number of assay labs service the area, right through to the ultimate power solution for this project. And part of that project selection criteria was to look for projects in that kind of situation. So, it enables a junior explorer to take a project right through from discovery through to production, which is really the base strategy for Tesoro.
And obviously you're based out in Perth. How has it been for you for the last 18 months? Because presumably you haven't been able to kind of visit Chile. So that must have been a bit of a management challenge at your end, or?
Yeah, look, it has been. It's been frustrating to say the least. We can see some light at the end of the tunnel in the not too distant future. So we're looking forward to being able to freely travel around again. But as I mentioned before, Sergio and I have worked together extensively in Chile for the last 10 years. He runs our day-to-day business in country, as well as being a co-founder of Tesoro. So between us, we have some very good systems in place, and along with Ruben's technical expertise and the geological and technical systems that are in place, we've been able to manage best we can during the pandemic. And that being said, we've been able to drill over 70 kilometres of drill holes into the project, basically for the last 18 months while the pandemic's been going on. So we haven't had any direct impacts on us from COVID in terms of halting our activities. So we've been very lucky in that regard. But yes, I'm very looking forward to being able to get on an aeroplane again and go and visit our team and our project in Chile. There's been that 70,000 metres of drilling has been done without me there. So the project's materially changed and things look a lot different on site now from when I was last there.
So things will obviously be different for you in 2022. What can investors expect from Tesoro Resources over the course of the next 12 months?
Yeah, look, we're drilling some pretty exciting looking holes at the moment. We continue to drill to expand the current resource base. We're looking at some of the other targets which are part of the same system adjacent to the main Tenera deposit. And we're seeing some really nice core come out of some of those holes at the moment. And those samples are all in the lab. So that drilling is really the main focus has been at Tenera to upgrade the resource, get more of it into an indicated category and continue to expand it. Basically, this is quite an amazing system in the fact that the more we drill, the bigger it gets. We haven't found the ends of it, a long strike down dip or across the width of it either. So that's very exciting, and we really don't know what the ultimate size of this will be. But we expect to have a resource upgrade towards the end of the year, which will hopefully have a larger component of indicated resource in it, which we can then construct and publish a scoping study, which will then really begin to demonstrate the economics of a gold mine in this part of the world, especially a deposit like our Zorro, which has an outcropping ore body, has some amazing metallurgy, like it just responds so well to conventional metallurgical techniques, which also lend itself to low operating costs. And then we'll just roll into a feasibility study straight into next year. So we've really got the foot flat to the floor to develop the project. We've already started a lot of our permitting processes to take out some of the time it is once we've gone through fees to actually get the project permitted and approved to build. But we really do think that we've got a future mine on our hands for all the reasons that I've explained around outcropping ore body, high metallurgical recoveries, very simple metallurgical process, relatively low stripping ratios, and just the location. It's just a superb location to build a gold mine.
Okay, well, that's been a really sort of excellent update. And that was Zeff Reeves, Managing Director of Tesoro Resources, and you can find them listed on the ASX at ASX TSO is their ticker. Thank you very much. That was Andrew Thake from Mines and Money.